Thank you, everybody. I guess the truth is it's a lot of green tinged with a lot of red. That's probably the truth. But of course you can't say the socialist word these days, but there you go, I've done it. Right, well, it's not very often that a party leader comes to Thanet, and welcome Natalie. I've listened... I've listened with great interest to what you've got to say, and I've got to say, it's no secret, I'm very, very sympathetic to what you've been talking about tonight. And there's probably thousands of local issues that I could talk about tonight. About night flights at Manston Airport, about Suffolk Water dumping piles of shit on our beach this summer, about the injustice of people in Thanet being the most fuel poverty, the highest rate of fuel poverty in South East England, about Thanet having the highest rate of excess winter deaths of older people, about Thanet being the 49th most deprived local authority in England. These are things I'd love to talk about, and as this evening goes on, hopefully they will. But one thing I do want to concentrate on is an issue that's close to the hearts of many people in this room tonight. It is the question of live animal exports from the port of Ramsgate. For those of you who don't know, and there are faces of people here I've not seen before, but just a little bit of history. About 18 months ago now, live animal exports commenced from the port of Ramsgate, and since that time, literally probably more than 100,000 sheep and calves have been exported from Ramsgate to Europe in some of the most horrendous conditions imaginable. And I've said this before and I'd say it again. The National Farmers Union, lots of politicians, the government animal health organisation who are supposed to be supervising this trade, all say that it's carried out in decent conditions. Well, that's absolute rubbish. And anybody who's been down to the port and has seen the animals cramped in those lorries and has smelt the appalling smell of the excrement after hours and hours of travel, has heard the cries of the animals, has seen what they've got to put up with, knows that that trade is cruel and barbaric and has got to stop. It's really ironic because up until a few weeks ago we thought we'd actually stopped it. Yeah. The people of Thanet who had been going down that port week in, week out over an 18-month period, we finally made what we thought was a breakthrough. The price was incredibly high, a price none of us expected to have happened, but it did. 44 animals killed at the port, 3 animals drowned in a cesspit, and the trade was stopped temporarily by Thanet Council, who acted incredibly bravely by making a stand and saying no more. We haven't got the facilities to do this, we're going to stop this trade now. And as people now know, the exporters, I don't really know why I'm calling them exporters, it makes them sound legitimate. Criminals. The scumbags and the criminals who are carrying out this trade, and criminals they are because they've been convicted in court. Yes. The scumbags and criminals who carry out this trade took Thanet Council to court to seek an injunction, and sadly, the week before last, the trade began again. And in that short time since the trade has begun, 3,500 sheep have been exported over onto the continent for ritual slaughter during Eid. So we're back where we started 18 months ago, sadly. But one thing I do know, with the experience that we've all had together, many of us in this room, that the people of Thanet don't want this trade here, and opposed to this trade. Virtually everybody you speak to in Thanet doesn't want this trade, and we've proved over the last 18 months, working as a community and a small team of campaigners, that we can move mountains to stop that trade. We influenced MPs who didn't want to know. We got the local media on our side, the regional media, the national media. We got Europe involved, and in fact the European Commission are sending over some inspectors next month to have a look at what's going on here. we got top government officials involved. And we brought on board the RSPCA and Compassion in World Farming, who joined us, and thank goodness they're with us now, shoulder to shoulder, going down there and inspecting the animals. We have mobilised virtually everybody interested in animal welfare in the country. So I'm convinced with that sort of track record, with 18 months of fighting this trade, although we're back at the beginning, we're not really at the beginning. We're here, we're going to campaign harder than ever before. We're going to use our knowledge and our experience once again to stop the export of live animals from animals. It's really interesting to listen to Natalie talking about how the Green Party wants to work with local communities on issues about energy, about employment, and about things like animal welfare. Because certainly, if the Green Party wants to develop a presence in Thanet, one of the things it must do is join with us in our campaign to stop live exports, to stand with us shoulder to shoulder down at the port, on all our demonstrations, at our meetings, and lobbying all the politicians. We really do want to see the Green Party and its members and its supporters to come and work with us. The door's wide open, you only need to turn up, and I think that would be fantastic. You'll bring with you lots of different experience, lots of different ideas, and I've always found about the way that we've worked as a local campaign, we're a wide open campaign, we've got lots of people from different backgrounds working together, and in that diversity is our strength. So let's get more people in there, let's get stronger than ever before, because we can do it, we will do it, and we're on the moral high ground, we're ethically and morally right. The scumbags and the murderers who are trying to screw $1 out of the suffering of innocent animals, they're wrong, and we will win. My final word is this: anybody who does want to join us, next Tuesday we're meeting at the Oak Hotel opposite the museum, the Maritime Museum in Ramsgate, 7 o'clock. So anybody who's around, please come down to the Oak Hotel next Tuesday. We're having an open meeting, and the purpose of that meeting is to discuss what we do next. There's a judicial review taking place before December, and we've got a massive job of work to do to influence opinion, to twist the arm of politicians, to get word out that the judge and the legal process has got to find in favour of Thanet Council suspension. And more than that, the meeting next Tuesday, we've been using the legal process for 18 months. We've been working, we've been influencing, and we've done a fantastic job. But we've also got to seriously think about getting massive numbers of people down on our protests, working with us, and where the law can't be changed, we can use direct action to stop those protests. I've said enough now, and I think we need to have a debate on wider issues, so please, next Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, the Oak Hotel, opposite the Maritime Museum in Ramsgate. Be there and come along with lots of ideas. Thanks.